You're listening to the Stephen A. Smith Show podcast.
Number to call up, as always, is 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. By the way, with GNC Auto Deliver and Save, don't worry about missing a daily dose of your favorite products. Set up your free subscription and enjoy free shipping and 10% off the order. Quality shipped, wellness delivered. Visit GNC.com or a store near you to learn more. Time for Straight Talk, brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless, best phones, best networks, no contracts. I really don't understand what the hell is going on with the NBA. And by NBA, I'm not talking about the league office. By NBA, I'm not talking about teams. By NBA, I mean you NBA fans out there. What the hell is wrong with you people? Have y'all lost your ever-loving basketball minds? Is it on vacation like half of America is during this time of year? Have you forgotten what the hell is going on? What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? I say that affectionately to the NBA fans, the great NBA fans out there. I say that affectionately to some of the teams in the NBA that appear to be in panic mode. I say that affectionately to bosses all over ESPN. Everybody's in panic mode. Because, oh my God, stop the presses, stop the presses. Boogie Cousins, DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, has signed a one-year deal, $5.3 million with the reigning, defending, two-time NBA champion Golden State Warriors, who have won 3 of the last 4 and arguably should have won 4 straight. Oh my God, stop the presses. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. I'm talking about texts all over the place. From the nation's capital to Atlanta, Georgia, to New York City, all the way out here in L.A. where I'm at right now. Everybody's talking. Oh, my God, just do away with the NBA. You've got memes on Twitter with Adam Silver wearing a Golden State Warriors jersey like it's his fault. You got veteran minimums. You got mid-level exceptions. The Warriors had it at their disposal. DeMarcus Cousins, Boogie Cousins, clearly in panic mode because nobody wanted to touch him. Picked up the phone, called the Warriors, said, I want to go there. And they said, hell yeah, come on board. The players signed off. Steve Kerr signed off. Ownership signed off. That is that. What's the problem? What's the problem? It's just not fair. I mean, look at this. I mean, the rich get rich. I actually put that on Twitter. I mean, my God. This is how everybody was acting. So much for LeBron James in L.A. So much of that, about that potentially shifting the balance of power as if it did in the first place. We all knew before Boogie Cousins arrived in Golden State that Golden State was going to be the favorites against the Lakers, against the Rockets, against the Thunder, against the Blazers, against the Jazz, against the Pelicans, against the Timberwolves, against the Nuggets. It don't matter. What is the problem? Why is everybody in panic mode, tripping over Boogie Cousins being in Golden State? What the hell have y'all been paying attention to? Ladies and gentlemen, Boogie Cousins had an Achilles tear. As much of a beast, a monster that he was, averaging 25-12 and 25-13 and 5, by the way. The brother's big-time baller. We get that. But he ain't going to be no big-time baller next year. You know why? Because he's barely going to play next year. This dude ain't coming back before April or May. Even then, he's got to wear off rust. Even before that, guess what? Boogie Cousins wasn't some above-the-rim player. Can he shoot? Sure. Can he handle? Sure. Can he get to the basket and get his own shot? Sure. But ladies and gentlemen, that matters when you're on a team that doesn't have options. You think he's taking shots away from Steph Curry? You think he's taking shots away from Kevin Durant? You think he's taking shots away from Klay Thompson? And even though he might take some shots away from Draymond Green is your defensive catalyst. He's got to be on the floor. He's your point forward. He's got to be running the team to some degree. What's the problem? Oh, they're going to be starting 5 all-stars. It's not fair. It's not fair. Something needs to be done. Were you saying that when the Lakers had Magic and Kareem and Worthy and Byron Scott and Michael Cooper and Michael Thompson and Kurt Rambis? Were you saying that then? Were you saying that when the Celtics had Bird and McHale and Parrish and Dennis Johnson and Danny Ainge? Were you saying that when the Sixers had Moses and Julius Erving and Andrew Toney and Maurice Cheeks and Bobby Jones? Were you saying that when the Lakers had Kobe and Shaq? Were you saying that when the Bulls had MJ and Pippen and Rodman? Were you saying that when Orlando had Shaq and Penny and Nick Anderson and 3D as in Dennis Johnson? Were you saying that then? Huh? What the hell is wrong with you people? What has happened to you? What has happened to y'all? Running around like a bunch of punks and sissies, just conceding everything to everybody. What is wrong with y'all? Figure it out. Figure it out. Didn't you watch Golden State against Houston? They had Kevin Durant. They had Steph Curry healthy. They had Klay Thompson. They had Draymond Green. They had Iguodala and Livingston and these boys. And if CP3 doesn't go down at the end of Game 5, they might have taken him out. Didn't you sense a diminished level of toughness on a part of the Golden State Warriors? Didn't you watch as PJ Tucker and Trevor Ariza and CP3 on these boys got all up in their jockstrap, figuratively speaking, of course? Didn't you witness Golden State succumb to a level of toughness in at least 3 of those 7 games? Didn't you see them uncomfortable? Didn't you see them bothered? You trying to tell me there's no way for anybody to beat them? No way? Nobody's got a chance? Don't give me these teams and how nobody can compete with them when you as a fan can't even come up with a damn solution to it. Running around like a bunch of wusses because a guy with an Achilles tear, knowing it's a 12 to 15 month process of healing before he can even play ball, y'all in panic mode because they got DeMarcus Cousins. Now, if he signed a multi-year deal, I get it. It makes sense. I'd understand the panic. But the brother ain't expected to be ready before April or May of next year. Then you got to work off the rust. You got to ingratiate him into the system. The Golden State Warriors have already told them, you ain't getting more than 5 to 7 shots a game. This ain't that kind of team for you. We just gonna give you your money, keep you relevant, utilize you in spots when we can. And other than that, you can ride this wave to another championship situation. And y'all in panic mode. What the hell is wrong with y'all? I mean, what is the matter with y'all? Should I be snatching basketball cards from everybody? There's a reason New Orleans didn't want them. There's a reason the Lakers didn't strongly pursue him. There's a reason no one else out there would kick it in DeMarcus Cousins' door to get him. It's because he's coming off of an Achilles injury. How did Kobe look after his Achilles injury? How long did it take the great Kobe Bryant, who, by the way, is about 5 inches shorter and damn near 70 pounds lighter? How long did it take him to overcome the Achilles tear? Actually, was he ever the same? And y'all tripping over DeMarcus Cousins? You people should be ashamed of yourselves. Absolutely, positively ashamed of yourselves. I don't even know if you should be allowed to have your basketball cards anymore. I'm not saying the Warriors aren't the favorites. I'm not saying they're not formidable. I'm not saying they're not lethal. I'm not saying any of those things. What I'm saying is it ain't because of DeMarcus Cousins. It was because of what they had in place en route to winning back-to-back titles long before DeMarcus Cousins ever arrived on their roster. Grow up! Stop being a bunch of punks! Figure it out! Figure it out! I mean, my God. Houston's got no shot now because of a dude with an Achilles tear that ain't going to be ready before April. The Lakers with LeBron. Is it really about Cousins, or is it about the fact that, as Bill Plaschke, the great Bill Plaschke, wrote in his column in the LA Times today, is it about this dysfunctional locker room that might be in the process of having been created by Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka because of the temperamental personalities that they have on there? Rondo and Lance Stevenson in the same locker room, along with Mr. Shaq and the Fool himself, JaVale McGee, to pair with LeBron? And we ain't even include LeVar Ball in the mix and what he's going to have to say about all of this. And whether or not the Lakers are plotting to trade his son, Lonzo. We ain't even getting all of that. What's the matter with y'all? What is the matter with y'all? I can't believe how folks are acting over this. I know that DeMarcus Cousins is big time. I know he can ball when healthy. But even when healthy, he was not an above the rim player. Listen, this dude will face the basket. He could pull up for threes. He could put the ball on the floor. He could get to the hole. But that's when he was the number one or the number 1A option. He ain't even option number 3 in Golden State. What's the matter with y'all? Blaming the NBA, mocking Adam Silver as if it's his fault. There's a collective bargaining agreement that was negotiated. If you create cap space, you can do some things. In the event that you don't have cap space, if your team is lethal enough, people tend to come want to play with you. Do you remember when Ray Allen left Boston, who offered them less money to come to go to Miami and play with LeBron James? How about Mike Miller? Did you remember that D. Wade and Bosh and all of those boys took less? Where's that happening now in L.A.? Paul George didn't even talk to the Lakers. Didn't even talk to them. I don't know the whole backstory with DeMarcus Cousins and the Lakers, but I'll find out within the next 24 hours. I can promise you that. Outside of that, what are we talking about? New Orleans stupidly didn't look out for Rajon Rondo. They didn't take care of him. They didn't even want to offer him the $9 million that the Lakers offered him after the year he had for them. And I know he's no shooter, but he always steps up his game in the postseason. He's a better shooter. As a matter of fact, I think he shot about 40% from 3 in the postseason. He's a champion. He's been to a couple of NBA finals. As the pressure mounts, he doesn't panic. He shows up and handles his business. It's what he does. Now, I don't understand what the hell the Lakers are doing because you haven't surrounded LeBron James with any shooters yet. Rondo is not a shooter. Lance Stevenson is not a shooter. Here's what they do have. Toughness. They ain't scared of anybody. They gonna get all up in you. They ain't backing down from a single challenge. And defensively, the Lakers are definitely something to behold. With Kuzma, with Ingram, with Stevenson, with Rondo, with LeBron. Oh, trust me, they ain't backing up from anybody. That much is true. I don't understand renouncing the rights to Julius Randle. I know he wanted to leave when you saw the parts that was coming on. I'd have kept him. New Orleans think they make enough of something by getting him. I like Julius Randle a lot. I like his energy off the bench. He can do some things. I think his upside was great. But I will tell you this. He don't replace Rondo. And Rondo helped buffer Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis. And if I'm Anthony Davis right now, I'm looking at New Orleans and saying, what the hell is going on here? I really, really am. But outside of that, the real issue is, what are the other teams doing? Houston had to lose Ariza to make sure they took care of Chris Paul and Clint Capella. You got to play Chris Paul. A lot of people lamenting the fact that once he turns 37, he'll be getting paid $47 million. I'm telling you right now, Chris Paul is not an above the rim player. He doesn't have that level of athleticism, etc. But that works to his advantage because his greatness is predicated on his mind, his basketball knowledge, and his floor generalship. That's what Chris Paul's greatness is predicated on. So I could see 4 years from now him still being formidable. Maybe not worth $47 million, but with the way the cap is going up, with the NBA being the global iconic brand that it is, raking in the money that it's raking in, that might be average dollars for Chris Paul by that particular moment in time because of the money that the NBA is getting. And you got to keep Clint Capella. You got to keep him. You can't let anybody get him. You got to get him. You got to keep him on board because he's that instrumental to the success of the Houston Rockets. I wish they could have kept Ariza, but as Kobe Bryant said to me yesterday right here on this very show, very, very happy that Ariza got his money. Even though the last time I saw him, he was over 9 from three-point range in the Game 7 of an NBA Western Conference Finals. But Houston will be formidable. The Lakers, right now, we got to wonder about their locker room. With a coach like Luke Walton, young, vibrant, gets along with players, etc., etc. Magic Johnson hovering over the franchise. All of that's true. But these guys will test you. And we got to make sure that that's not something that's problematic. You still got Oklahoma City with Russell and Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. And Steven Adams. We keep throwing him under the bus. Steven Adams can play. Steven Adams is a legitimate big man in the NBA. And even though I've asked the question as the GM Sam Presti, if anybody else wants to have Ibaka and Reggie Jackson and James Harden and Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook on the same team and never deliver the championship, how would we be talking about them? That's me basically pointing to Sam Presti's choices as coach. As much as I like Billy Donovan, and I genuinely like him and think he was a great college coach, I'm not even saying he can't coach in the NBA. I'm saying I don't know if that team is the right team for him. So I question Sam Presti's decision as to who the coaches he has picked. I think he's picked guys he's comfortable with as opposed to individuals who could actually do the best job. But that doesn't take away from his greatness as an executive. He has done a good job. And Oklahoma City is going to be relevant because of that. In Portland, you got to make a decision on Damian Lillard or C.J. McCollum. Portland ain't going anywhere with the both of them. They're the only two guys with value on the Blazers. You've got to get rid of one of them. Use one of them as trade bait to get the other parts that the other would need staying on the Portland Trail Blazers. It's got to be Lillard or C.J. McCollum. One of them's got to go. Otherwise, they're just going to be a team that's good in the regular season, and they'll go home in the first round again. Utah, Donovan Mitchell is a stud. I think he's a superstar in the making. I love him. And I think Quinn Snyder is an exceptional young coach. So I've got my eyes on Utah. And I like this guy, Grayson Allen, out of Duke. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, you call him temperamental, head case, all you want to. I've always liked Grayson Allen. I love his toughness. I love his unwillingness to back down from anybody. And I saw that kid, Jaren Jackson, in the Summer League yesterday, dropped 29 for Memphis. Brother's going to be special. No doubt. But Memphis is irrelevant right now. I'm looking at Denver on the come up. Not hearing great things about Michael Porter Jr.'s health. But I expect Denver to be relevant. I expect Minnesota to be relevant. I expect New Orleans to be relevant. Utah, OKC, Portland to be relevant. Lakers in the mix to all of that. But Lakers could easily be the third best team in the West. What's the problem? Boogie Cousins has no impact on all of this. He's just an additional piece to add. He's an upgrade from JaVale McGee. So what? At the end of the day, he's coming off an Achilles tear. He ain't going to be ready for a long time, according to the reports. And if that's true, what's the problem? Why y'all in panic mode for? Instead of whining constantly about the greatness of the Golden State Warriors, why don't you do something about it like Houston tried to do? Why don't you do something about it? Instead of whining all the damn time. Compete, damn it. Figure it out. Figure it out. with Straight Talk Wireless nationwide coverage on America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show on ESPN Radio. 888-SAY-ESPN. That's 888-729-3776. I'm trying to do a read here, but all of this stuff is in the way, blocking my copy here, trying to do my job. But it's hard. It's hard. We'll continue talking about the Lakers. I wish I could be talking about the Knicks more. Y'all know I'm a native New Yorker, diehard Knicks fan, but what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? There's absolutely, positively nothing I can do. New York Knicks are not going to be relevant until 2019. They're going to stink again this season. All we can hope is that Kevin Knox is going to be a legit, bona fide, big-time rookie, and that Kristaps Porzingis comes back healthy and allows folks to fantasize about what playing with him will be like. That's the only hope for the New York Knicks. That's the only thing that makes them relevant right now. So, by the way, you check things all the time, like your email or social media. But Discover asks, what about checking something as important as your credit score? Well, Discover makes it quick and easy with their credit scorecard, which is free for everyone, even if you're not a customer. See your FICO credit score and other important credit information. And once you know your score, you should check to see if your current credit card is the best fit for you. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Craving even more of Stephen A?
Him of all people.
For around-the-clock access to the man?
I'm Stephen A.
You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Stephen A. Smith and on Facebook at Stephen A.